Tom and Konnie Middleton are North Dakotans through and through. Tom grew up in Bozeman in the northern Red River Valley, while Konnie moved around the state, but graduated from Central High School in Grand Forks.
As long as you had a ball, a bat, and a glove, and a few friends, that was our entertainment.
And my parents were married for 64 years. They lived in the same house for over 50 years. So I really have strong roots in North Dakota, and what I remember growing up was going fishing, going to the lake, going camping, and spend a lot of time with relatives.
Tom had already graduated from UND with a business degree when he and Konnie met for the first time at a homecoming fraternity party on campus.
So I was looking around and I said to him, "Oh my gosh, who's that guy over there?" And he said, "That's Tom Middleton, he's an alum." Well, to me, the alum was like, my dad's age. That was just so old. And he said, "Do you want to meet him?" And I said, no. So I don't think we met. And then there was another party at the house, and Jim asked me to go. And then this time, yes, I wanted to meet Tom Middleton. And we met on the stairs, and I was like, oh my gosh, I'm in love. I guess, I don't know, I think it was love at first sight, but I'm sure you have a different story.
No, I would say that's basically what happened, other than, just graduating from college or as older as her father. Well, no. Kind of an interesting interpretation, but.
After a 7-month trip to Europe, Tom took his first sales job in St. Paul, while Konnie finished her education degree. When Tom took a job in Sioux City, Iowa, in the pharmaceutical industry, Konnie worked as a kindergarten teacher.
He never once took that promotion without it being a discussion between the two of us. He said, "This is what I could do," then we'd look at what I wanted to do or could do, and he would always say, make sure, when they said, "Here's the promotion," he said, "I'd have to ask Konnie, we have to discuss it." So I really appreciated that.
And my objective was to grab or grasp experiences. And I did some things that weren't necessarily in a straight up, if you want to consider that, career path process. They were laterals, but it gave me exposure to different aspects of the business. Number one, so I could understand. Number two, I could make decisions of where I wanted my career path to go. So don't always look at the things that you want to do. You really kind of have to trust your management and your process and let them give you experiences and exposures.
Tom's career led to several moves, so Konnie realized that she'd always be starting at the bottom in terms of seniority. So she started working as a buyer for a large department store.
So I started working out with JCPenney, worked there. Then we moved to Cincinnati, and I wanted to be a buyer. It sounded so glamorous. So I worked for a store called Shillito's, which is a Federated store, and they said, it's going to take you about 3 or 4 years to be a buyer. And I was like, well, Tom will probably get promoted again by then. So in about 18 months, I was buying and going into New York.
Konnie would focus on being a stay-at-home mom with the birth of their first daughter, Nicole. A second daughter, Lindsay, would arrive 5 years later.
Home. So when I got home, that was family time, and so weekends or holidays or vacation time was just that. And we traveled and we had a lot of fun and lots of laughs and giggles. And
Tom retired in 2010, and the couple now reside in Fountain Hills, Arizona. Last year, while looking at ways to donate a windfall in Tom's 401k, the couple considered UND and Mayo Clinic.
And I said, why Mayo? And he says, well, because they saved your life. I've had cancer 3 different times, and pretty much all at the same time. And so then we went up to UND and we talked to Amy and President Andy and his wife Kathy and Deanna and Jay. And I just felt like this is where I would like to make the donation. So we came home and we discussed it, and that's where we decided that that's where we wanted it to be, to make the impact.
Growing up, they always kind of told us that anything was possible. And I know people hear that a lot, but they showed us that you can pretty much do whatever you set your mind to, whatever you want. And I think this contribution is a significant, it shows that if you work hard, that you can get to where you want, no matter where you came from. And growing up, they definitely instilled that in us. And they still show it to us every single day.
I think that they have remarkable careers. They are incredibly proud of UND, and they're both incredibly proud of being from North Dakota. And they took that everywhere with them, their UND spirit. And when they had this opportunity, it speaks to how high their character is, that this is where they chose to make a difference, that there are countless areas that could have been impacted by their very generous gift. But they were so authentic and so true to where they came from that they wanted this opportunity and this gift to impact others like them who may have not had the same opportunities.
We grew up very, modestly, on the low end of modest in North Dakota, and with a lot of hard work and effort and persistence. You don't lose track of the prize, so to speak, and you keep yourself focused in life. You can chase your dreams, and you can do whatever you want.
I think that's so true. Saying to a student that might not really know what they want to do, but even if they just constantly keep aware that to just keep going. I mean, it sounds so cliche, but just keep going. Tomorrow might be different. You never know what your experiences are going to be, who you might meet, or what experience you might have that might change it. I also think it's very important to keep a sense of humor, because it makes things a lot easier in a really tough time.
Tom and Konnie have a very pure philanthropic spirit. They gave this gift from their hearts just to create opportunities for students here today and for students who are going to come to the University of North Dakota so many years in the future.